Green is once again in the hands of NASCAR Canadian Tire Series flagman Sean Gibbs as he lets him go once again here at Barrie Speedway. And look at the lead Mark Dilley has already going into one.
Mark Dilley jumped off that restart. Now there is a restart cone up there in the corner, and they talk about it in the drivers meeting, and I believe Mark Dilley jumped that restart. Let's see what NASCAR has to say about that.
Well, we are hearing from NASCAR Race Control that Mark Dilley is being black flagged for jumping that restart. So Mark Dilley will have to take a drive-through penalty as punishment for jumping that restart.
Well, Mark just made a mental error there, and you won't see many of them from Mark Dilley, but you got to restart at the cones as dictated in the drivers meeting.
So don't look for Kerry Mix to push the issue too much in the 02 BDI Ford Fusion, as he will assume the lead when Mark Dilley is shown the black flag as Dilley comes out of corner number 4.
Giving the 9 a drive-through penalty for jumping the sucker. Keep going.
That's spotter Susan Mix telling her driver Kerry that the 9 is going to have to serve a drive-through penalty for jumping the restart. Now Kerry has to be real careful here not to get trapped in behind the 9 as he tries to make his way to pit road. Dilley's still under speed, but Kerry Mix will be the leader here shortly. We'll go on board with Mark. Here we are on the restart. See how hard he was on the throttle way before the line, and the cones are another 25-30 feet further up the straightaway than that. And there's the penalty. Mark's got to serve a drive-through at pit road speed.
Just a drive-through, though. He doesn't have to stop, so it looks like he's going to stay on the lead lap as Scott Steckley comes through to take over the lead once again underneath the 02 BDI Ford Fusion of Kerry Mix, and Steckley resumes the point.
Well, Kerry Mix with a veteran move right there. He knew Steckley was quicker. He got his 5 points for leading the lap. Let Steckley go. It's a long ways to the finish from here.
So the 22 of Scott Steckley, your new leader, Kerry Mix and JR Fitzpatrick, second and third. And how about Doug Brown in the Haldex number 10? He's having a whale of a race here today.
Oh, Dougie Brown in that mom-and-pop operation. Him and his father look after this car themselves. A brand-new Mike McCall car, as we stated earlier, and it's working really well for him.
We ride on board with Jason White sitting 14th and now 1 lap down.
Well, that A&W car's hung out the outside going a lap down. He's up in no man's land here at Barrie Speedway.
But you know what? He's learning a lot. They don't have tracks like Barrie Speedway out in BC, so Jason White doesn't have a lot of experience to draw from. He's just trying to get a book together, so the next time they come back, look for him to be a lot stronger.
Well, you think it's a long ways to Ontario for him to race, but out in British Columbia, it's almost this far to go to a racetrack between Vernon and everywhere else.
We'll now hit the Home Hardware Midway update. We've had 5 leaders and 9 lead changes. 8 cautions have slowed the field for 55 laps. The fastest lap, Scott Steckley at a 13.845.
And what a remarkable time that is. That was on lap 13, and it was fast enough to be a new track record, 13 laps in with a full load of fuel.
That would have been a 1/10 of a second faster than Dom Thompson Jr.'s qualifying time that put him on poles. We ride on board with JR Fitzpatrick.
We listen to that Dodge Mopar power. That's old Scooby-Doo too, as I stated here. Oh, Brownie gets a little impatient, gives him the chrome horn.
But JR Fitzpatrick gathers it back up. There's his teammate Don Thompson Jr. lurking in behind as well. Now Brown gets to the inside of the 84 Dodge Avenger, and Brown will take the spot once again. That's third for Doug Brown. Now, you remember, the 84 and the 4 made pit stops early, so trying to play a little bit of a strategy card. But a lot of the drivers now coming through the field, like DJ Kennington, made their stops a little bit later on, so they're on fresher tires.
Well, DJ Kennington, that Castro Dodge.
Still there.
Well, we heard the spotters telling him he's still there, but look at that mean green machine, number 17 there. He's coming back to the front.
Battle for 7th spot between the 17 of DJ Kennington, the 27 of Andrew Ranger, and the full throttle Dodge Avenger of Brad Graham is up inside the top 10. Got to give a tip of the cap to Brad Graham. He's having a great drive here today as well.
Wow, what a great sound. And you know, young Graham's getting help from John Logal still. They've got their program really starting to come around.
Be okay, this is alright, it'll have to go through it.
That's Dennis Thompson, JR Fitzpatrick spotter. Dennis, an experienced racer in his own right, helping young JR trying to mix his way through traffic here in the AW 300.
Wow, look at that Walmart car. It's just black down the right-hand side as young Ranger has been leaning on anybody that's leanable.
Well, that's what they say. Black down the right side's good. It means you're being aggressive. Black down the left side means you're being pushed around.
Absolutely.
Another one to your side, another one.
He's not having any fun right now. Spotter says, here comes another one.
Still inside, still inside.
Look at that 77 car. Not a mark on it. Derek Lynch just the epitome of patience. He knows this is a 300-lap race, and he's going to keep that car clean for the end of the race.
Absolutely. That Allied Steel Buildings Dodge Avenger doing a whale of a job sitting inside the top 10 as Scott Steckley puts a lap on the 18 car of Kent Noon. Steckley now opening up quite a gap in the front of the field. By far the fastest car on the track, and JR Fitzpatrick goes around. That's up in corner number 2. Caution flag waves.
Wow, let's take a look at the replay. Down into turn 1. Oh, DJ Kennington moving his old Scooby-Doo 2 out of the way.
Scott Steckley is down pit lane. Todd's there.
Leader hits his marks, and it's 2 left side tires for the 22 of Scott Steckley. Pete Gibbons also making a stop. Don Thompson Jr. also taking the opportunity for service. Kerry Mix also having his service done. Once it's complete, it's going to be the race off pit road. Brad Graham, the new leader. Scott Steckley, the first to lead.